Hi, I'm Craig Birch here at Manders Real Estate headquarters on the Compton Road in the heart of Wolverhampton with more top tips, the triumphant return of top tips. Seems to be 5 things, 5 reasons, but top tips, as we all know, is my personal favourites, and we're going to go through some of them right now. We've talked about landlords this week, we've talked about property sellers this week, but the one thing we haven't talked about is what it's like being a tenant and the best things you can do being a tenant. Tenants seem to get forgotten sometimes on the property market, don't they? It's all about the buy-to-let landlords, it's all about the landlords, it's all about the property sellers. Sometimes maybe the buyers and tenants get left out a little bit because some people seem to think all they have to do is find a property and it just sort of, you click your fingers and it all comes together. Not so at all, and it can be just as challenging for tenants as it can be for property buyers. So let's go through 5 things that might just make things a little bit easier, 5 bases covered for being a tenant. I'll fire straight through these. Be content with your cover. Do make sure you get contents cover if you get in a flat. I'm not talking about if you're in a house share, because there's a whole different myriad of problems there. But if you are having a flat, if you're renting a flat or a house, do have contents cover, because it's more than likely not going to be covered by your landlord. On rare occasions, the landlord does cover it, but these are rare occasions. So contents cover, check all that out. It's not very expensive at all. It's maybe 15, 20 pounds a month to have contents insurance, but should anything happen, because bear in mind the landlord only has buildings insurance, but if your house springs a leak, if there's a burglary or something like that, your contents will not be covered. So do make sure your contents are covered with contents cover. It's not as expensive as you think. Simple price comparison, and you could be covered, and that peace of mind, as always, is worth having. Number 2, is your deposit protected? More often than not, it is. For instance, if you rent a property here with Visit Manders Real Estate, half of your deposit, the money you put into it goes to the deposit protection service, and that is covered then. Your landlord can't just take money out of it willy-nilly. It's got to go through a bona fide body. So that's your deposit covered. Obviously, you want to rent up front, stuff like that. That goes to the landlord. But your deposit goes to the deposit protection service, and they act as mediators if there's any issues with your deposit down the line. Number 3, boost your credit score. This is a very good one, actually. Private tenants can opt into a free rental exchange scheme. This is something that we've looked at here at Manders Real Estate, and this can actually boost your credit score if you're a tenant, which will stand you in very good stead if you're going for a mortgage down the line. And if you opt into this scheme, all of the data of you paying your rent on time, on the money, every time, goes to Experian and acts as part of your credit report as well, and it's totally free to do. So that is certainly worth looking at if, in the long run, as I imagine we all are, you are looking to buy a property. Number 4, save energy and money. Do not think that just when you move into a rented property, you have to take up the broadband agreements, the gas, electric agreements that your predecessor did. Not true at all. If you can get a better deal elsewhere on your energy, on anything really, then do so. You can change over and you'll save money in the long run, chop your bills down a little bit, and that is certainly something not to be sneezed at all. Is it? Number 5, always check your fees. We're very transparent here at Manders Real Estate. All you have to do is ask and we'll tell you exactly what you will be paying fees-wise, but do factor these into your moving costs, because a lot of people don't, and they end up falling a little bit short and out of pocket down the line. And certainly when you're moving into a property, there's enough hidden costs when you realise you haven't got this, that and the other, you need to go out shopping for it. Do factor your fees in to your moving costs, and it won't be a nasty surprise for you down the line. I'm Craig Birch, and we'll see you here at Manders Real Estate for more videos next week.